Take 4. The Hurricane Ian hive. I think it's Ian. The, the honeycomb that I was able to pick up, a lot of it was, the caps were off. So they had exposed larvae, and huge larvae. They probably would have been born shortly, or hatched, whatever they are. So they had to clean out all that debris, and it actually smelled bad. So the flies came and got some of it at the site for the first 2 or 3 days, and so they had to clean up the rest of it. And so they did that. And I opened I took the top off to open and see the floorboard to see what kind of nasty debris was on it. And lo and behold, there were small larvae. And I think they may have opened up their egg. The rest of the cells, and exposed the eggs and dropped them out. There were just too many there to be an infestation, unless it could be an infestation, but I don't know. I don't know. Any other beekeepers can tell me, did they open up all their eggs, little larvas, and clean out everything? Sure looks like it. So I'm feeding them sugar water to hopefully that they'll build some more comb. But the dilemma is the bottom is full of old combs, and at the top I've got some of the old comb in there and some new places for them to build. So I'm hoping to see if they'll start to build new comb. And I was listening to another beekeeper who, I can't think of the name of it right now, but he must know what he's doing. He's got a lot going on with bees, and he talks about feeding the bees half and half sugar water to help them have what they need to produce wax. And although I do have some wax in there that they can rob from, obviously, that if that wax gland is stimulated, maybe they'll work on some new, and because they can produce that without gathering it first from some of the old. And then I'm going to give them a little bit of honey to keep them stimulated. If they give the honey to the queen, she may lay in the near future. I don't know if they lay at all. In our winters, they could all year, but I don't know if they do. But they might. They might sometimes. So all the bees are down here. This is got an in-house feeder. I don't know, in-hive feeder. So they're going after it, and then there's room for the new. And I have some of their old wax cells, and then some other wax cells. These two came from another hive, and they're clean enough to work on. And it looks like, I was hoping this population would be big enough to start moving up into another box, and it looks like they might be. So I think I'm going to feed the heck out of them for a while and see if I can build them up into this other box. If we have a mild winter, they can forage, and I do see them coming in from foraging. They are foraging. They're starting to. They are foraging. They did a little bit of foraging from day one. And they're coming in from behind me and landing. Some bees are. There goes another. There's been like 4 or 5 since I've been standing here. There goes another one. Another one. They're coming in. One just went out. That's the first swarm I ever caught, and I recently put the second story on it. Just a few days after the hurricane, I think. In fact, I only have 2 coats of waterproofing on it The one below it's been out in the sun for a long time. It's got a tan, but I wanted to eventually put another coat of linseed oil on it. Giving these guys a little bit of honey too, to just give them some extra energy after the storm. It's kind of a sloppy way to do it, but I want to recover this jar to put sample spoons in, to clean it up real well and put it in the stores. Let's see. So if any of this drips, I'm hoping it'll drip down into this leaf down there. Just catch it in that. I'll move these girls over. That's a sloppy way to do it, but sometimes it works. Got to be careful you don't drown your bees, though. That one could be in trouble. Others will help her out, though. You really don't do a lot of that. I had this inside one of the hives, but I put too many holes in it, and it was overrunning, and I didn't want it dripping on the inside board. Ow, bee got on me. And this hive came from that one. That hive's assertive, very assertive, mildly aggressive. They make a lot of honey, though. They make a lot of honey. Okay, these are the three. Let me see. So that's Hurricane Eye. Sometimes, ouch, that stung again. Ouch, boy, those bees over there really hurt too. They really hurt. And there's another one, or it can still fly. Anyway, yikes. Whew. So these were two other. This was the birdhouse swarm. It was a very small swarm, and I could not find the queen. And I didn't see any evidence in that birdhouse that there was one laying. But I've got all of them in there, so I'm hoping. Another bee flew right up my nose. Man, we got so far into this without having a blooper. Maybe I can cut that out. We'll see. Anyway, you know, my grandchildren said you can't call things stupid. I would say that's stupid bee, but if I said that, they'd say we can't say stupid. And I said, well, can we say stinking? Yeah, we can say stinking. And this is an earlier swarm, and it's very small. I couldn't find any evidence of a queen either. So I am feeding it in. I'm feeding it internally because it's so small. Just kind of like the other one, until I can know for sure there's no queen in there, and then I'll combine it with that hive if there's no queen in there. So if there, this is going to help for now, I think. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure that was an accident when that bee did not mean to fly up my nose. I must have been breathing hard when it flew by. Look at the size of that nose. All right. Finally.